Happy Father's Day, everyone. Let's celebrate Father's Day by re-reviewing a real fun classic that's been a favorite of mine since the day I saw it. Big Day. Big Day's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. So, greetings, my fellow YouTubers, and welcome to Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. My name is Doyle, better known to you as the Big D, and this time around I bring to you a re-review of the 1999 dramedy flick Big Daddy, released by Columbia, directed by Dennis Dugan, written by Steve Franks, Tim Hurley, and Adam Sandler from a story conceived by Franks. Starring Sandler himself, plus Lauren Adams, Jon Stewart, Rob Schneider, Leslie Mann, Alan Covert, Josh Mustel, and the Sprouse twins, Dylan and Cole. The film follows a ne'er-do-well who's 32 and gets dumped by his girlfriend for not accepting responsibility and then tries to be responsible by adopting a 5-year-old boy who appears on his doorstep. The film was released on June 25th, 1999, and eventually did pretty well despite getting mixed reviews. This of course will be much more different than my original review because I didn't use my source and what have you. This time, of course, it's going to be the full story and what have you, so you will get the warning and what have you when I get to the ending. But you probably know that already. And I'm going to hope for the best. This will do much better than my original review I did 6 years ago. All right, let's begin. In New York City, Sonny Koufax is a 32-year-old slacker and law school graduate who has not taken the bar exam, works 1 day a week as a toll booth attendant, has his food delivered by his friend Nazo, which we really don't get to hear his name, unfortunately, in the movie, as much as I hate to say it. But anyway, and lives off a $200,000 compensation from a minor accident. His girlfriend Vanessa threatens to break up with him unless he takes more responsibility. Sonny's roommate Kevin Garrity proposes to his podiatrist girlfriend Corinne. Corinne, sorry. Corinne, sorry. Before he leaves for China to work on a case for his law firm, and she accepts. She I'm getting tongue tied. Let me try. Vehemently dislikes Sonny because he's constantly teases her about her former job at Hooters to put herself through medical school. The next day, Sonny wakes up to find Julian McGrath, whom he calls Frankenstein later on, a 5-year-old from Buffalo, left at their apartment. A note states that his mother is no longer able to take care of him after falling ill and that Kevin is his biological father. Sonny contacts Kevin, who is puzzled by the news. Despite his selfishness and lack of parenting skills, Sonny assures him that he will take care of Julian until Kevin returns from China. To win Vanessa back, he introduces her to Julian. However, Sonny discovers that she is now dating Sid, whom, despite being much older than her, she reveres as more motivated and intelligent with a 5-year plan. Becoming frustrated with parenting after a few days, Sonny poses as Kevin and takes Julian to his social worker, Arthur Brooks, telling him that Julian should return to his mother, but however, Brooks informs Sonny that Julian's mother died of cancer and offers to place Julian into a foster home. After this, Sonny rants about it in a phone call to his father, Lenny, who is shocked and infuriated with him for trying to raise a child due to his irresponsibility. Sonny decides to raise Julian his own way. They develop a strong bond, and Julian helps Sonny find a new girlfriend and Corinne's lawyer sister, Layla. Brooks finds a foster home for Julian and leaves messages for Sonny, but becomes suspicious when he doesn't respond. After a meeting at school where Julian's teacher complains about the bad habits he has developed due to Sonny's influence, Sonny rethinks his parenting methods and turns Julian's behavior around. Days later, Brooks arrives to find out Sonny impersonated Kevin, so threatens to have him arrested if he doesn't hand over Julian. Sonny complies, although Julian is hurt that he has to leave. Sonny contacts Layla, help take legal action. Now I'm going to go to the final act and ending. You better stop this video right now. I'm going to count down right now, so go to the description box below and fast forward to the time below. If you've seen this already, please continue. Okay, you've been warned. In court, Layla, Kevin, and Sonny's lawyer friends, Phil and Tommy, represent Sonny, while his friends and even Corinne provide positive testimony for Sonny. Julian also testifies and provides information regarding his birth in Toronto. He and his mother moved to Buffalo, which appears to spark Kevin's memory. Sonny then calls himself to the stand and asks his father to question him. Despite Lee's fervent belief that he is not father material, Sonny convinces him that he will not fail at being a father. His words touch the men present in court, even Brooks and his prosecution team, who all contact their own fathers to express their love for them. Impressed by Sonny's sincerity, Lane vouches for his son to raise Julian. Nonetheless, Judge Healy states that Sonny should be in prison for defrauding the city. However, Kevin refuses to press charges and admits to Corinne that Julian was the result of a one-night stand during a trip to Toronto. Judge Healy grants Kevin custody but pending a DNA test. Sonny promises Julian that although he can't be his father, he will always be there for him. Kevin, remarkably, is Julian's biological father, and Sonny passes Julian to Kevin, and the two start to bond. Sonny still maintains contact with Julian through Kevin, often meeting up with him for activities such as basketball. 1 year later, a more mature and responsible Sonny is now a successful lawyer. He is given a surprise birthday party at Hooters by his friends with Kevin, Corinne, and Julian in attendance. It is shown that he is now married to Layla and they have a baby. Sonny then encounters Vanessa working there as a waitress, with Sid working as a cook, revealing that his 5 year plan didn't go as she had hoped. End of story. Well, actually, I liked it when so yes, maybe it's a 10 year plan. Yeah. And that's that for realsies. So what did I think of Big Daddy? Well, I love this movie. I remembered going to see this film with my late brother when it came out in 1999. Yes, this was actually one of 3 films I recall going to the theater to see that year. The other 2 were Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace, and South Park Bigger, Longer, and Uncut. Now, of course, I know Mom took me to see Star Wars, where at South Park I went with a couple of old school buddies. Anyway, this film's absolutely really funny and what have you. It was directed by Dennis Dugan, who had recently helmed another Sandler film, which of course was Happy Gilmore. He would also go on to do work on a few other films that Sandler would do later on. He of course also has a little cameo appearance as a guy who doesn't want to be bothered when they're trick or treating in this scene. Yep. And anyway, yeah. Upon its release, the film did pretty well, going on to make $234 million worldwide on its $34 million budget, and went on to become Sandler's highest-grossing film domestically until Hotel Transylvania 2 surpassed it 16 years later in 2015. The film did get nominated for 5 Razzies, and Sandler won Worst Actor, but the others did not. However, Sandler did win Favorite Actor at the Blockbuster Entertainment Awards, and he also won the Favorite Movie Actor award at the Kids' Choice Awards, whereas Big Daddy won the Favorite Movie Award. Sandler also won the Best Comedic Performance Award at the MTV Movie Awards. And the film also won Favorite Comedy Motion Picture at the People's Choice Awards and Film Movie of the Summer at the Teen Choice Awards as well. It also got nominated for the other bad film, awards, the Stinkers Bad Movie Awards, but lost. Despite this, the film still did pretty well. The film sits at 39% on Rotten Tomatoes, where they say Adam Sandler acquits himself admirably, but his charm isn't enough to make up for the film's jarring shifts between crude humor and mawkish sentimentality. Well, it's true, but I still liked some of that, though. It still provides a lot of good humor and what have you. Metacritic has a score of 41, and audiences surveyed by CinemaScore gave this a B plus. The AV Club called it Sandler's best movie, knowing that he possesses an innocence that makes the mean-spiritedness inherent of much of his work surprisingly palatable. Variety called it a step forward for Sandler, as well as a strategy to expand his audience. While the loyal male teen audience core will not be disappointed with the spate of gags just for them, the story contains solid day movie material. That's affirmative. The LA Times said there's no doubt Sandler is talented, but if he persists in believing that, like Elvis, his presence alone covers a multitude of omissions and inconsistencies, he will squander his gift and make a series of forgettable films in the process. Roger Ebert wrote for the Chicago Sun-Times, not impressed though, saying that Sandler's character was seriously disturbed and that the story was predictable, although he did praise Joy Lauren Adams' character as entertaining. Director Paul Thomas Anderson is a noted fan of the film, considered one of his favorites. Well, this would be a big one because this is easily one of my favorite Sandler movies of all time, along with some other films like Happy Gilmore, for example, and many others. I definitely need to do a real good ranking of his films one day. It's gonna be tough though, but I'll think about it one day. Teddy Castellucci does the score for the film, and actually, I am doing a little check here. Yes, there actually is a character by the name of Ted Castellucci, and he's played by Stephen Brill, who later went on to direct another Sandler film, Mr. Deeds. He was also in The Mighty Ducks as well. Now then, for our cast, we have Adam Sandler playing the role of Sonny, and I've got to say, he's really good and very funny and what have you. Absolutely funny. Joey Lauren Adams plays Layla, and I'm really going to have to say it. She's absolutely very good in her performance. Playing Kevin is Jon Stewart. I think this was just before he took on the role of hosting The Daily Show on Comedy Central. I think. Anyway, playing Phil is Alan Covert, a fellow who's no stranger to working with Mr. Sandler. Same can be said for Rob Schneider playing Nazo, the guy who works for Cozy Soup and Burger. Yeah, well, and happens to be Sonny's best friend. Playing Arthur Brooks is Josh Mostel, who actually appeared in a film that really put Adam Sandler on the map big time in a leading role, and that was in Billy Madison. He was the principal of one of the schools he went to. Leslie Mann, who after recently playing Ursula in George of the Jungle, and then later going on to appear in numerous other films and what have you, especially ones mostly done by Apatow Productions, played Corinne. Yeah, not too bad. There's others, maybe Pierre Dante, another person who's appeared in numerous Sandler films, plays Tommy. Chrissy Swanson, the original Buffy the Vampire Slayer, is Vanessa. Steve Buscemi, who also has appeared in some of Sandler's films, plays a homeless guy. And there's also Joseph Bologna, who actually appeared in Revenge of the Nerds 4, Nerds in Love, as well as Blame It on Rio. And, of course, as Nick Foley on the short-lived 80s show Rags to Riches, playing Sonny's dad Lenny. And finally, playing Julian is the brotherly duo of Colin Dillon Sprouse, before they even made a big with The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody on Disney Channel and its follow-up series, The Sweet Life on Deck. They were both pretty funny and what have you, so I gotta give them credit for what they had to offer. So anyway, Big Daddy is definitely a very funny film. And it does have a few dramatic moments, but I didn't care. I mean, after all, Sandler would do some more would do some serious drama stuff later on, like in films like Punch Drunk Love and Reign Over Me, which I have not seen that one. I've seen Punch Drunk Love. It's kind of strange. I wasn't too thrilled with that one, to be honest. But nevertheless, he went on to do numerous other films. So this is definitely one of my favorite Adam Sandler films of all time. So with everything I've said about this, the cast is pretty good. The music's not too bad. You get to hear some pretty good songs along the way. This Dugan, yeah, he does a pretty good job with the direction and what have you. So overall, I found it to be pretty funny and what have you. The story's not too bad here. So with everything said, would I recommend Big Day? I'd say hell yeah, go for it. I mean, this is a film that would definitely be worth watching. You don't have to watch it on Father's Day all the time, but this is a definite recommendation to watch on Father's Day, though. Definitely. All right, so what did you think of Big Day? Let me know in the comments section below. If you like this video, consider clicking the like button, subscribe, and be a part of the Big D Nation. Continue to help support my channel, make it grow and make the views grow. Tell all your friends about my channel. Get them to know me. May they'd like to be a part of my Big D Nation and share my vids with your friends if you like. Please stand by. Sorry about that, but join me next time when I give you another re-review, and it'll be on a film that's got an anniversary coming up, Batman Forever. Looking forward to tackling that one again. So, if you like this, check out my reviews of these other Adam Sandler films. In the upper left-hand corner is my review of a film he did a year prior to Big Day, and that was The Water Boy from 1998. The upper right-hand corner is my review of another sporty type film he actually did, and that was The Longest Yard from 2005. Or if you'd like, check out my review of the first film he did with Dennis Dugan. I think it's his first, but no, correct me if I'm wrong, but I doubt it is. Check out my review of Happy Gilmore in the bottom left hand corner. In the bottom right hand corner is the button you can click to subscribe. If you like rankings and reviews on movies, TV, music, video games, etc., then I'm your guy. Thanks for watching. Until next time, I'm the Big D saying, see ya.